All right, welcome back as we work our way through a abbreviated show on a Wednesday. Good afternoon. Hopefully things are going well for you. Staying warm. Don't forget, tonight, 6:25, it'll be Gator basketball. They'll host South Carolina down there in Gainesville. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. Should be a good game. Keep it all right here on Sports Radio 930. Got you covered for the games over the weekend. NFL, it's all right here. Sports Radio 930. Starts on Saturday, so a lot happening around the world of NFL football. Coming up at 5:45, Captain Rick will check in and see how the fishing's going. Field Yates is like, you guys are nuts talking about fishing. He's up there in New England, and temperatures like 6 above. But it'll blow away, and things will get better. All right, let's get down to some business. In studio, returning with CCW, rock and roll Chris Turner. Brought some friends with him. This time it's Julian Marks. First off, Chris, good afternoon, buddy. Good to see you again.
Great. How you doing?
I'm doing outstanding. You look good. You look like you're about ready to go. You got a big event coming up here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we got the Stampede, and let me tell you, the way they got it set up this year, the whole night will be started with a 20-man battle royal. And whoever wins that night will go against our champion, Jonathan Wells. So that should be very interesting.
Yeah, and Jonathan Wells, he's probably how did he get to be the guy that was picked for this to go against the winner of the 20? One of those 20?
He's a champion.
Okay.
So whoever wins the battle royal goes against the champion, and he just happened to be lucky enough to keep the belt.
He's a tough one, right? I mean, he's a guy, you're saying.
Well, I give him some props. He was able to keep the belt. Cheating half of the time, but he got the belt.
All right, let's talk a little bit about how long CCW's been in existence here in the Jacksonville area, which is really a huge thing. It's great locally stuff, to produce wrestlers. Talk about how long CCW's been in existence.
Well, the people who own it now actually picked it up. It was around in the 70s, 80s, and they kind of let it go, and then a new company picked it up in early 90s. I started working with them, and we started all over the South and Jacksonville and the Yulee and Fernandina, the Nassau County area has been real good to us. Mm-hmm. And we go there with most of our big events like Stampede. The crowd there is just awesome. And the fans that come out, they follow us all around. It's just great.
Yeah, because the one event I do, and thanks so much for putting me out there and letting me be a ring announcer, was fun. It's amazing how intense these people get. I mean, these local people follow you guys around. I mean, it was really I was amazed to see how intense the fans got. Talk a little about how the fans and how much they follow you guys.
Well, the fans, I tell you what, we've gone all around. Every time we go somewhere, people come up and talk about it. It's great, and that's what drives us, are the fans. Mm-hmm. When we can go somewhere and you can see the excitement and the joy in somebody's eyes, it's crazy. And when you go out there in the ring and you hear that crowd, there's nothing like it.
All right, talk about, not only do you put on the events, but you have a school for people who want to get into the business. And tell us a little bit about the school. It's remarkable that you can have a place for them to come to here locally in the Jacksonville area and learn the skill of wrestling, which, by the way, it's a pretty good skill. You got to know it.
Oh, yeah, you got to know a lot.
There's a lot happening there. You don't jump in the ring.
Oh, yeah, you're inches away of really serious injury every time you get in there. We have a school on the north side of Jacksonville. We've been since 92.
Wow.
I've been helping with the school and all, and the people that turn out all the way from Julian Marks, mm-hmm. Hayden Price, John Davis, that's a big name here in town. It's great because the excitement that the young wrestlers have coming in, now it's a lot of hard work. We get classes of 10. 1 out of every 10 usually end up going to the ring because it's hard. But the youth and the young kids who come in to get into it is what really drives me to keep doing it.
We're going to get on to Julian Marks here in just a second in studio with us again, along with rock and roll Chris Turner, CCW Wrestling. Talk about a couple of them, and a couple that I was really intrigued with. Was it a little duel? They call them Zero Gravity. Christian Starr, actually the one really stuck out. Both very talented, up-and-coming kids. They do an outstanding job. I was pretty darn impressed on what they did. Obviously, the night I was there, they had their ass handed to them, but very impressed on their skill level and what they went through in that ring.
Oh yeah, and those are the two of the which I'm gonna tell you the blonde-haired one of the group. He got injured.
Yes, he did.
A couple of weeks ago, so he's out.
Okay.
Christian Starr is teaming up with Julian Marks to go against the tag team titles.
Wow.
But these kids, they're very, to watch them is unbelievable. Some of the aerial things they do. And that's the excitement I'm talking about. When these kids come in, I tell you what, I'm an old man now. I can't keep up with them.
You're still a kid. Looking at some of the other talent, another guy, Flashing Cash, Hayden Price. This is not just some run-of-the-mill wrestler. This guy's been around the business a long time, a very strong and physically fit wrestler, and he's got a big following. I watched him there last time I went to one of your events.
Oh, yeah. He come through our training about 5 years ago, I believe, and he's great. The fans really love him, and he puts everything he got into it. The training he goes through, which you've seen him, he's a big boy. He's amped up about Stampede. He had a chance at the championship about a year ago, and he had a bad knee, and it didn't work his favor. But he's really gung-ho for this.
Great physically fit guy, man. The guy's a beast. Another one, the Revelator, Kevin Toole. Here's another big guy that seems to cause a lot of havoc when this guy gets in the ring, and it really is a pretty good causes a lot of crap around there, but he's a good wrestler.
Oh, yeah. A lot of talent, and that's what I love about CCW is they mix guys like me and well, you met Jamie here last time. Mm-hmm. Some of the veterans in the business that's been around, and we got a lot of these young guys coming in, and there's just about any style of wrestling you want to see. If it's old school, if it's hardcore, we have it on the card. And I really think that's what separates us from everybody else. We got something for everybody.
Right, and which is really cool. Most of the guys outside of Jamie are pretty much local guys. Me and Jamie, we're not good friends, so we're not going to get into what he did. He almost cost me my job, by the way. If you know the story, he came in and destroyed the place. But I mean, really, when you look at the guys in there, most of them are all local wrestlers, aren't they?
Well, not all of them. We try to really push the local guys out of Florida, here in Jacksonville. People like local guys. But we got guys that come in from everywhere. Julian, he's from California. Mm-hmm. They moved here to Florida and went through the training school. Wow. And it just brings people in from everywhere.
Yeah.
And I just love the talent that we have here. And that's why, people ask me, why you been in CCW so long? And that's why. Because we keep getting so many new people in. Every year we have a whole different roster almost, and it's great.
It really is. And probably the first time ever, I had a couple times to go to some of the other shows down in Tampa, with WCW and WWF. But having the opportunity to go in behind the scenes, it's one hell of a production you got going on. I mean, it's amazing. I told Jerome, we were talking about that one day, and I said, man, it's amazing. The production and how much it takes to get this going, and timing that everybody's got to be ready, and just the music, everything's amazing.
And that's what people don't understand. There's millions of people out there that I can fall, right, or I can do this, and they want to be wrestlers, but it takes so much to go through that, because it takes us 8-9 hours sometime being out of building for a 10-minute match. So it takes such dedication to work yourself up. And to get everything just right for the crowd. But, and that's why I said, the people who do this, the wrestlers that are in CCW, amazing.
It is amazing. All right, again, talking to Rock and Roll Chris Turner. He's with CCW Pro Wrestling. They got the big Stampede coming up on the 25th of January. Where is that, Chris? And how do people get a hold of you for tickets and so forth?
You can go to our website, ccwrestling.biz, and you can either send a message or all the information's on it. It's going to be held at the Fernandina Beach Middle School.
Okay.
Which is on Cetrona, which is, if you went to the rec center in Fernandina, it's right down the road from it. And there'll be signs up, and like I said, you can go to our website and get the directions and everything.
Okay, all right, now let's welcome in part of the other guys. It's going to be very busy coming up on the 25th. Julian Marks. Julian, first time, actually I met you before. Yes, first time in the studio. Great to see you. You come from California. When you got to Florida, was this something you wanted to do? You're still a young guy. I mean, is this something you really want to do? Big guy in good shape. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard about wrestling when I was over in Corona, and it was, something I grew up loving. And I heard about CCW in Florida, and decided to make the trip. and I got here, started training really hard, learned pretty much everything I needed to know right from Chris. He kind of took me under his wing, and I'm here today. 5 years later, it's great. It's fantastic. I absolutely love it. It is a lot of hard work, and I have suffered injuries along the way, but
yeah, I was going to ask you that about that. I know Jerome real well. This guy seems to be get nicked up a little bit here or there. What are some of the injuries that you've gone through? And what are some of the common injuries that these guys in the ring get?
Well, constant pulled muscles, ripped muscles. I've had pulled ligaments in my arm, which I got to keep a brace on. Knees.
It's tough on the knees.
Oh, my gosh, you have no idea. The back, I just got done having my sciatic nerve pinched, so I've been out quite a bit. Haven't got to train as much as I would have liked to for the upcoming show, but it takes toll on the body, that's for sure.
It beats you. All right, we go into the Stampede 2014, and everybody's going to be going after the champion, Jonathan Wells. Any kind of a shot, realistically, that you can take this? And I've seen Jonathan, kind of a little bit of a fan, so I know you guys aren't. But, I mean, can you realistically take him?
Well, I'll tell you, I've won the Stampede before, and I'm almost guaranteed I can win it again. That's not a problem. If I do happen to get in the ring with Jonathan, I mean, come on. Size us up next to each other. He's a kid in a man's world. And even though he is the world champion, I know I'm talking a little high about myself here, but he is the world champion, and I take nothing away from him for that. He's done what he has to do.
Sure.
Like Chris said, not all of it's been fair. But I'll tell you what, if I get in the ring, I will be the CCW world champion. There's no doubt in my mind.
All right, and apparently listening to the show, Jonathan Wells, the future. I like Jonathan. I know you guys. I said, he's kind of my guy. He's the champion. Jonathan, welcome to the show. How are you, buddy? And we got a couple guys in here that think that they maybe can handle you.
Yeah, I've been listening, Tony. I wasn't going to call in. I was sitting at home, relaxing, trying to enjoy some downtime. But I turned it on, and I knew I shouldn't have, because as soon as I turned it on, I heard Chris Turner say my name. Chris Turner said that I cheated. And Julian March says I'm a child in a man's world, but Julian has never in his life been in the ring with anybody the likes of me, much less, anybody else in the collective, that is. But I got to say this, hey, 501 days as CCW champion today. 501 days. I think Luck just got threw out the window, over a year ago. Luck was thrown out the window. When you hold the CCW championship for 501 days, which to my mind, nobody else has done, but when you can hold it for 501 days, then you know that you are the best. And I like to say a bad word right here, but I'm just going to say best wrestler in CCW.
Well, we know you're good, Jonathan. I mean, anybody in this match coming up on Stampede 2014 on the 25th, and a couple guys I know that are pretty tough. Are any of them concerned with you? I mean, you got Hayden Price, the guy's a beast, Kevin Toole. Anybody in there that concerns you? And I know, I'm going to tell you right now, Julian would love to, get a taste of you. But how about these other guys?
I'll say this, Tony, okay? Chris Turner, I've beaten him already. Hayden Price, I've beaten him already. Mad Dog Miller, I've beaten him. Julian Mart's never been in the ring with him, but would like to, because I'd beat him. It doesn't matter who wins the Stampede Battle Royal. I'm going to walk into Fernandina Beach for about the 5th or 6th time since I've been champion. I'm going to walk in, and I'm going to walk right back out the exact same way as before, still CCW champion. So to answer your question, it really doesn't matter who wins that Battle Royal, because, I mean, anybody that's been to a CCW show over the last 501 days knows not to come with the expectation in their mind that I will lose the CCW championship, because I'll prove them wrong every single time.
It is pretty remarkable, Jonathan, and these guys are shaking their head and actually using words we can't put over the air and talking about you, but it is remarkable to go that long and being the champion. There is a lot of confidence and a little cockiness, but there's more confidence in your game, isn't there?
It's real easy. Wait. Hey, let me interrupt for a minute. It's real easy to be confident when you have a man outside of the ring like Mark Falcone, and you got 3 goons sitting in the back that you know will come out if you get in trouble.
Speaking of Mark Falcone, let me cut you off right there, old man. Speaking of Mark Falcone, if you might have saw this, the fans might have saw this. Mark Falcone was jumped a few weeks ago by the mystery attacker, and everybody was pointing the finger at us, saying it was us that was jumping everybody. Well, I think that puts that to rest. And speaking of that mystery attacker, if Chris Turner, you're going to get in the ring with him on the 25th, I hear. And if you can't get the job done, which is pretty much sums up your entire career, not getting the job done. So if you get in there and you don't get the job done, he better watch his back, because the collective will find him and we will hurt him. Now, speaking of this, hey, it doesn't matter. The other three guys in the back, I guarantee you this, Chris, they're not standing by that curtain waiting to run out. I guarantee you. They're sitting in the back. They got their clothes on. They're dressed. They got the car crunk and warmed up for me because they know I'm walking out CCW champion, and we're going out. We're going to have a few beers, maybe find some girls. I don't know. All right? But one thing's for sure, the collective is not worried about me losing the CCW championship. Listen, Chris, I know you and a bunch of those idiots down there in that area. I know you are big Florida Gators fans, but unlike the Florida Gators, okay, Tony, I like you as well, but unlike your Bears, okay, I'm a winner, okay? I'm like a Florida State Seminole. I am a winner. I don't know what it's like to lose. I hadn't lost in 501 days. I don't know what it's like. I've forgotten what it feels like to lose. And on January 25th, I will not know what it's like to lose then as well.
Jonathan, thanks so much for your time, buddy. Congratulations on a great run, and good luck on the 25th. We'll be out there. And by the way, hey, can I hang out with you for them beers and them girls, too? Maybe we'll have some fun.
Tony,
you don't want the girls he has.
As far as Chris Turner's not invited. Julian Marks is not invited. Matter of fact, I don't care what happens to those two. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Tony. I told you this before. I don't know why you have idiots like them two in your studio when you could have someone as great as me.
Because unlike you, Tony has class.
Jonathan, we'll see you. Good luck, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. All right, Jonathan Wells, he'll be the guy defending the belt. You hear the talk about it. I mean, you guys are shaking your head. You're saying things. But 501 days, and I've seen him in the last time I was out there back a couple months. The guy was impressive. How do you attack a guy like this?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to take anything away from him. He's impressive in the ring. He got some ability in there, but he also knows Mark Falcone, his manager, advisor, whatever he calls him, is sitting right outside the ring. He knows
sit outside the ring.
Kevin Toole, Kevin Toole is sitting right behind the curtain if he needs him, which we've seen that. Mm-hmm. You know, they got a new member now, Mr. Anderson, that is running with them. You know, they're like a group of goons.
Like a daycare.
If they can't do it on their own without knowing there's 3 or 4 guys having their back, I mean, come on. You know, and he was talking about the mystery attacker, and yes, a lot of people thought it was them. Mark Falcone got jumped. I have a match with the mystery attacker, and nobody knows who he is. Mm-hmm. So I'm going into Stampede. I'm going into the Battle Royal, hoping I get a shot at the championship. Also on my mind, I got this mystery attacker that nobody knows who he is. I mean, he put Julian's brother out.
Wow.
He put 1/2 of Zero Gravity, and you know, it's going to be a very, very interesting night.
It is, which is really interesting. A lot of people, you hear this all the time. Well, it's fake. These guys are making it up. I seen something the last match that it was, and I don't know when I was the ring announcer. There was a couple guys that after the show were extremely heated at each other, and there was no love between these guys. As they say, well, you go out there, it's fake. It kind of rolled over in behind the scenes, and they kind of were outside. I witnessed it, really jawing at each other. That was not on camera.
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. People do say, you know, y'all
sure.
rehearse everything, this and that. There is a certain amount of hype to it, like in any sport. Mm-hmm. You know, they try to put the right connection together where it's hyped up. But the heat between the guys, a lot of that's real, you know, and in the back, and you've seen a very mild night. Mm-hmm. When you go in the back, people say, man, you can't do that night after night and not be hurt. You go back there, and there's a nurse back there, and there's usually 4 or 5 guys lined up being looked at. Mm-hmm. There's 2 or 3 guys having to be broke up. It's a very intense sport. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world, but it's a very intense sport.
Yeah, because you slam me down like these guys do. I'm not going to be very happy, regardless, you know, where it works. $10,000 on the line. This is remarkable, too, with the Royal worth $10,000. That's huge. It's got to be huge for these guys.
That's in one night, somebody can win everything. You win $10,000. You get a shot at the championship. It's going to be crazy.
All right, it's great. One more time, where can they get tickets? And tell us the 25th again. Chris comes up on the 25th.
25th, it's going to be held at the Fernandina Beach Middle School, which is on Citrona Drive in Fernandina. The advanced tickets can be purchased at the school.
Okay.
In the front office.
Doors open at 6:30. Bell time 7:30. Tickets are on sale. It is a great time. Also, you can go to the website. What's the website?
ccwrestling.biz, and we have a on there. You can go vote for the awards for like Wrestler of the Year and Rookie of the Year for 2013. And if you go in and you fill that out. You can get a chance to win 4 free tickets.
Okay, I got to keep it under wraps. I have been voting. I'm not going to say who, but I'll keep it under wraps. Hey, Julian, good luck, man, coming up on the 25th, and more than that, thanks a lot for stopping by, man. It's great to meet you, and good luck with the wrestling. Rock and roll, Chris Turner. Thanks so much. Good luck to you, boy. There's not a lot of love for you, apparently. Last time you were in the studio, they ripped the place apart. Now you got Jonathan calling. Man, he could be tough on you, huh?
Yeah, Jonathan's all mouth.
Hey, we'll see. He's a big champion. All right, we'll get a quick break. We'll come back. We'll check in with Captain Rick. But what a great bunch of fun there with CCW, and really doing a lot of stuff for the local area. And get out and check them out. Plus, in the next 2 days, we will have tickets to give away. So if you're interested, we'll have 3 pair of tickets to give away. Check it out on the 25th. All right, more to come right here on Sports Radio 930.